Hello, everybody. I'm Ahmad Rashad, and this is Realtv.
We're dropping in on disaster.
I got myself in trouble by trying to go for a little bit more of a thrill.
A daredevil's jump lands him on the rocks.
It was just hell.
A camera catches a military catastrophe as it happens. A dim-witted robber lets go of his gun. Bad move.
Figured we better hold on because we're going for a ride.
It's called train wrecking. But this ride's gonna get derailed. And a skater takes one right in the face. It's another 30 minutes of the world's best shots. Right here, right now, on Realtv.
Welcome to the show. We start today with a man who knows all there is to know about base jumping. But even though he knows all that, it still won't keep him from getting into some serious trouble.
Base jumper Mike Muscat goes for big air in Moab, Utah.
Nice!
The chute opens, but that's the last thing that goes right for Mike.
Oh, no. Damn it. Damn.
It's the chain reaction from hell. Mike throws his chute a second too late. When he swings around to get clear of the cliff, Mike slams into the boulders.
Damn.
Worst of all, the impact puts him right in the path of a deadly rock slide. What kind of guy survives this much punishment? You might be surprised.
I am a little older than a lot of base jumpers.
Older, but by his own admission, no wiser.
I got myself in trouble by trying to go for a little bit more of a thrill. When I hit the rock, I felt pain. It didn't feel good, but I didn't feel immense pain. The adrenaline was protecting me from that. I knew I was hurt, but I also knew I was going to be okay. Almost simultaneous to those thoughts, I felt the rock shaking beneath me, and I realized that I'd started an avalanche.
Somehow, Mike emerges from the rocks with only a broken leg. Daredevils half his age would quit after a crash like this.
2, 1.
But 3 months later, Mike's jumping again.
I'd rather live 5 more years and have a great life than live 50 more and sit around reading books. Once an adrenaline junkie, always an adrenaline junkie.
Calling all cars. Turn on your dashboard cameras. It's great police video up next here on Realtv.
On the back roads of Gibson County, Indiana, Patrolman Tim Coomer chases a trio of theft suspects. In this wide-open area, there's nowhere to hide. Up ahead, fellow officer Ron Anderson sets up a roadblock, but the thieves do the unthinkable.
The cars just exploded when they hit. I expected to see Ronnie dead, to tell you the truth.
Somehow, the cop in the car is all right. Meanwhile, the suspects are dazed, and Officer Coomer is furious.
You almost killed him! Son of a... You tried to hit him on purpose! I got you doing it!
The tape's important. The driver pleads guilty to battery and theft. As for Patrolman Coomer, he makes no apologies for his reaction to this chase.
Son of a...
He could have went off to the left, went into an empty field, or he could have went just around the car, but instead he hit him head on.
A world of hurt is just around the corner, right here on Realtv.
What was this kid thinking? Problem is, he wasn't. Skater Corey Good makes a bad landing.
He's hella bleeding.
Corey, let's get out of here, dude. Let's go. Let him rest, dude.
He's out of breath, but Corey thinks he's good to go.
Corey, you cover your head up, dude. You're bleeding.
With what?
I actually thought everything was just gonna be okay and nothing was wrong.
He clears the rail. His skates touch down, but so does his head. It bounces like a basketball.
Let him rest, dude.
I saw some blood on the ground And my friend said, oh, this is really bad and stuff.
Take it like a soldier, dude.
Is there a hospital around there?
The blow to his head splits his eyebrow open. Doctors tell him it'll take 7 stitches to make him pretty again.
After the crash, I started skating again the next day.
Oh, my God.
The boy just won't quit.
Pick up the phone and tell us what's on your mind. 1-888-REAL-TV-1. The call's on us, so start dialing now.
This guy with a gun is shopping for trouble. He walks into a Las Vegas convenience store and demands money. The store clerk backs out of camera range to get the cash. But watch, here's where it gets good. The robber sets his rifle down on the counter as he tries to steal the customer's wallet. The fast-thinking clerk grabs the gun. The bumbling bandit realizes what he's done and dives over the counter. But it's too late. After a brief tussle, he jumps back over the counter and hightails it out of the store. The only good news for the would-be robber is the clerk doesn't shoot him.
Now, we've shown you a lot of different kinds of racing here on Real TV, but the car race in our next story is truly unique. And as you'll see, very dangerous.
Say your prayers. The reckless sport of train racing will go bad tonight. Racers weave in and out of a figure-8-shaped track at top speed. Each team is made up of 3 cars and 2 racers. One guy steers the front car, while the other sits in the caboose and operates the brakes. It's all about timing. Aaron Reed and Joe Totten are toast. Aaron's the man with the worst seat in the house. He got nailed point blank, but he's alive.
Figured we better hold on because we're going for a ride. Joe's car, the front car, went up on his side pretty hard. I started rolling in the back car and it ripped the rear half of the back car off.
Joe bolts from his car to check on his boy, Aaron, and is surprised to see he's in one piece.
It was a pretty ugly shot. We get some pretty high speeds out there and it gets pretty crazy when we crash.
Both suffer some sore bones, but the racing will go on.
Coming up. A jet slams into an aircraft carrier. The pilots eject, but one gets blown into the burning wreckage. Plus, step up to the mic. Politicians state their case with a vengeance. And tomorrow, a cowboy gets bucked, dragged, and stomped all on the same ride. Plus, the gymnastic meet that's a real 2-ring circus.
There's more great tape coming right up. Got a tape? Get a check. Give us a call at 1-888-REAL-TV-1 to find out how to claim your cash.
Welcome back to the show. Now, these next tapes show that whether animals are on land or in water, there's always a chance that they could get into trouble.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
In Texas, a black cat is stuck in a tree.
Come on, you can do it. You need to come on down. Yes, you do.
The cat calls don't work, so it's Animal Services to the rescue.
This is absolutely crazy. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, Kitty, TJ, good job. Stand on the net. There you go. Way to go, boys. Way to go. There it goes.
It's a scary fall. The cold, wet cat plummets to the ground. A bit frightened, but finally safe. More trouble, this time in Australia. A massive school of salmon chills out at the beach. But look who's coming to dinner, a great white shark. The scared fish stay clear of the predator's path. The shark then dives under and swims away.
Looks like a bull moose tried to cross my fence.
In Canada, 2 brothers stumble upon a young bull moose. His front legs get snared in a wire fence. He looks barely alive.
Yeah, if we could cut that top wire, maybe he could get free. But there is some damage to the legs, obviously. And he's done some bleeding, too.
One of them loosens the tension on the top wire. The other cautiously pulls the fence from its injured leg.
Okay, pull. Give him a pull. Okay, get out of there. Okay, come over here now.
The moose finds the strength to get up and wanders into the woods without a backward glance.
Unbelievable. We saved ourselves a bull moose.
Did you know that Realtv is seen in over 70 countries all over the world?
In India, a 10th session of Parliament is about to turn these politicians into political animals. Decorum goes out the window as the elected representatives grab long metal microphones and start swinging. Before long, everybody gets in on the act. The violent power play finally ends when the men who started it are forced to sneak out of the hall. The thick walls keep regular folk outside from figuring out what happened until the parliamentarians start leaving, covered in blood. Next time, let's hope those microphones are used only for tough talking.
www.realtv1.com.
The USS Kitty Hawk, a massive aircraft carrier, is conducting war games off the coast of Japan. Carrier jet pilots may just have the toughest flying job in the world. On takeoff, they go from 0 to 170 in 2 seconds. And landing these F-14s requires precisely placing a 20-ton plane going 150 miles an hour on a moving target only 2 football fields long. The margin of error for the plane to catch its hook? Just 24 inches. Coming in at night is exponentially harder. The deck looks like a postage stamp. Sometimes when a plane's trying to land, the deck's just not big enough.
Hold what you got, Ron. Relax. Hold what you got. Coming up. Just a little low. Down. Power.
The F-14's tail smashes into the rear of the carrier. The pilots eject. One lands in the clear, but horrified tower personnel see the other man get blown into the fire.
Get him out of there. Get him out of the fire.
One of the pilots landed right in front of me on fire, so we had to get him put out. It was just hell.
Emergency crews have to work fast to keep the fireball from engulfing everything on deck. They finally get the blaze under control. The injured pilot suffers serious burns over his entire body, but after extensive rehabilitation, he was flying once again. When you see this crash, it's obvious why these top guns are famous for their courage.
Straight ahead, cops end one chase when another comes screaming right at him. And he's got to climb 130 stories to jump his way into the record books.
There's more straight ahead from the video vaults of Realtv. Where else you gonna see stuff like this? This is the home of the world's best. Caught on tape.
Welcome back. No matter how many crashes we show you here on Realtv, you never seem to get enough. So this next batch of tapes is for all you crash-happy viewers.
In Nova Scotia, Canadian cops wrap up a chase on a local highway when another wild pursuit flies by. The suspect pummels a police bike and careens into a ditch. He flees into the woods, but doesn't get very far. The police get their man, and one cop gets a lift home. More high-speed action at a car rally in Ecuador. Cameras behind the wheel take you along for the ride down treacherous terrain. Watch again. The driver's going too fast, misses the turn, and smacks right into a building. The driver needs a cast for his fractured right hand, and the car needs a makeover. And a stop sign in Texas goes the extra mile to warn people about high-speed traffic. But some folks just don't listen. The driver thinks there's a four-way stop at the intersection. A few more inches, and this little mistake could have been fatal. Ironically, this intersection was scheduled to become a four-way stop the following day.
Nobody, nowhere does it as good as Realtv.
In Russia, families of sailors drowned in a submarine accident lash out at government officials. This mother's pain at the loss of her young son is almost unbearable to watch. But what happens next is equally unnerving. Without warning, the woman keels over into the arms of Navy officials. But rewind the tape and you can see what really made her collapse. The answer is right here. The woman behind her holds a needle full of knockout serum, and she jabs it into the back of the outraged mother. This shocking videotape was not shown on Russian TV. But later, Russian officials fessed up. They say they drugged the woman only because her husband asked them to calm her down for her own good.
Take a look at a preview of what's coming up on the next Realtv.
Tomorrow.
My brain froze, my body froze.
Paralyzed with fear, a student skydiver spins out of control. Only his instructor can save him. And culture clash. Looks like someone's got the upper hand. Closed captioning provided by...